Welcome to the Dray Way. It's the day after the election, and oh my gosh, Democrats, we got crushed. Congratulations to Donald Trump. Donald Trump won big, and I mean big. As a matter of fact, you know what it looks like? It looks exactly like 2016. Yeah, and what's in common with 2016? 2016 and 2024, what do the two of them have in common? Yes, both times there was a woman running against Donald Trump, and both times they got crushed. And I know, it's not the right woman. Well, guess what? It appears there's never going to be a right woman to run because 65 million votes for Hillary, 65 million votes for Harris. She got absolutely trounced. All the polls were wrong, and wrong. Every single indicator out there had it as tight or had Harris up a few points. Even some polls had Trump up by one or 1.5. Yeah, it wasn't to be. And I think if I'm being honest right now and looking at it, I don't think women are giving honest, information at the polls, because that's the only thing I can think of is that women grossly underperformed in this election. So get ready, everybody. We're going to get exactly what we voted for. And when the country says this is who we are, we want Donald Trump. That's who the country is. That's what the country wants. Okay. I wanted something different. I'm the first one to tell you, as you know, you guys have taken this journey with me, and I have said from the get-go, the country's moving forward. The country's going to have a younger Harris as president. Here we go into the future. But no, that is not where the country wants to go. The country wants to make America great again. The country wants to go back to, I'm not sure what year we're referring to. I'm not sure what time, but we want to make America great again. So again means we want to go back to a certain time, and no one's told me when that is. But apparently Americans across the country like that idea. And never mind what happened. We've already seen a Donald Trump presidency. We already saw that for 4 years. For 4 years, we had Donald Trump as president. And do you by chance remember what happened? Because I do. Yeah, I remember the oil markets completely crashing. I remember oil companies having to go bankrupt. I remember farmers, oh my gosh, farmers got devastated. Farmers got devastated so badly that the government had to literally hand them checks. Here, I know we're devastating you, but here's a check. Here's a check. That's what they did. So we have seen this before. We know exactly what's going to come with Donald Trump. And I know what you're saying. Drayton, things were so much better when Donald Trump was president. Gas prices were lower. Yeah, because he crashed the market. Gas prices were lower at a certain point because he literally crashed the market. And then we had a pandemic when no one could go anywhere. So do you not also remember during the pandemic that millions and millions of people lost their jobs? Yeah, millions of people were without jobs. Do we just forget about that? Over 100,000 farmers out of business. Tens of thousands of oil workers out of business. We just seem to forget all about that, which is, okay, America, you voted for Donald Trump. Donald Trump won. Now just understand this. And this is the part that no one seems to understand. I put out content. I put out business and economy information. So how do you think my content is going to be for the next 4 years? For the next 4 years of Donald Trump going batshit crazy. What do you think is going to be for a content provider? It's a dream come true. It's a dream come true. And plus, I'm an older white guy. He's not coming for me. He's coming for women. He's coming for people of color. He wants to deport millions of people. Not me. I'm a tall, older white guy. He ain't coming for me. And now Republicans are going to have the House, the Senate, the White House. Women, if you think they haven't come at you enough yet, let me tell you something. And I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to tell you that they've told you what they're going to do. And now they're going to do it. So I hope this is everything you voted for, because you're about to get it. And I want you to know, at the Dray way here, there's no tears here. I'm not crying. You guys don't seem to understand what happened with Donald Trump becoming president doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me at all. But I wanted women to move forward. I wanted to see women get their rights back. I wanted to see the end of racism. But no, we're going back to all of that. We're going back to the racism and deporting people. And I'm sure we're going to deport some people that are probably even American citizens. Oh, well, they didn't look like they were American citizens. That's what they'll say. They didn't look American. What does that mean? We'll find out. But that is what America voted for. And Donald Trump told you what he was going to do. So just know on this show for the next 4 years, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. But for the next 4 years, I'm going to be sitting here going, you voted for this. Remember? This is what you wanted. So just so you know, Donald Trump on his daily craziness, I'll be sitting right here going, you voted for this, remember? You voted for this, remember? Yeah, I'm going to be saying that a lot. But again, welcome to the Dray way. Congratulations to the Republicans. You won the pendulum swing. And when I say the pendulum swing, I'm going to talk about that next. Thanks for joining me on the Dray way. Stay right here. Welcome back. This is what we seem to do. When I say the pendulum swing, this is what this country seems to do every few years. And it's one of those things that I thought we could get out of this cycle, but we can't seem to get out of the cycle. We have Nixon doing terrible, so we put in Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter doesn't fix things fast enough, so we put in Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan burns everything to the ground, so then we put in Clinton. Clinton has prosperity, the country doing fantastic, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't fantastic enough. So we put in George Bush. George Bush, who is a complete and total freaking disaster and burns the entire economy to the ground. So in comes Obama to fix everything. And we actually let him fix it for 8 years, and things are going really, really, really well. And all we have to do is hand it off to another Democrat, but no, we don't hand it off to another Democrat, do we? We hand it off to Donald Trump. And during Donald Trump's presidency, we have a pandemic, which he has no idea how to handle. So, of course, the entire country has to shut down, and the entire economy shuts down, and we lose millions and millions of jobs. The country goes into the toilet, including the stock market, and Donald Trump's sitting there going, So you know what the country does? The country goes, oh yeah, that's terrible, that's awful, that's We need someone to fix it. Bring in the old guy, bring in Biden. Biden will fix things. And he does. He fixes things. Because if you think this current economy is bad, if you think this is bad, oh my gosh. Wait till you see the next 4 years. Wait till you see. We already saw what Donald Trump did to the economy. He crashed the whole thing to the ground. But that wasn't enough for you. That wasn't enough. You want to see it again. Okay. I'm in it with you. I'm gonna. I'm going to sit right here with you and watch the whole thing. But just so you know, day after day after day, I'm going to sit here and be like, this is what you voted for. This is what you voted for. Because if you remember, last time he was president, he overspent by $8 trillion. $8 trillion. And what do you think is going to have his hand tied as far as spending money now? He is going to spend money now like a drunken sailor. Yeah, when I say spending, you're going to see spending like never before. And who's going to stop him? Nobody. So when I talk about the pendulum, here's the pendulum swinging back again. And yeah, we're going to get 4 years of Donald Trump again. 4 years of what we already saw as a prior disaster. But this is what you guys have voted for. So I'm pulling up my seat. I got a front row seat with you guys. And we're going to go over it on the Dray way day after day after day. We'll be talking about business and the economy and what's going on with this administration, because I can tell you one thing, it's going to be absolutely nuts. And I mean nuts, because it certainly was last time, and I expect nothing less this time, because the people that he's going to have surrounding him are going to be the most unqualified goofball people you've ever seen. So pull up a chair, get ready. Make sure you subscribe, because the Dray way is going to come at you every single day. And once again, I'm going to do it again, so because some of you may not have heard what I said. Congratulations, Donald Trump. Congratulations, Republicans. You won. You were right. I was wrong. But we'll see how it turns out for you. You're going to get exactly what you voted for. And let's see how it turns out. I got one more thought before we go. Ultimately, I want to see the United States do well. Whether it's a Republican president, a Democratic president, the thing that a true Democrat like myself, as much as I would like to see Harris in office, it's Donald Trump. Okay, I still want the country to do well. I still want the economy to do well. I still want to see the country progress and move forward. I want to see America do well. All right? Now, I understand that that's not always the case with some people, but understand this. I want to see him. I want to see the Republicans succeed, but I want you to understand it's not what they do. Okay, Republicans don't go into office saying, let's make this better, let's make that better. Republicans go in with a very specific agenda, and that is, how can we make rich people even richer? Because if you think anything is going to be done for workers, you're completely crazy. Yeah. Republicans are going to try to get rid of the Department of Education. The Republicans are going to basically trash the IRS. I mean, Republicans are going to go to Washington to burn the house down. They don't want to keep things the way they are. They want to completely dismantle things. And that is what Republicans are going to do. Now, I'm not saying, just so I'm perfectly clear, I'm not saying that there has to be improvements made in the country. But if you think demolishing our institutions that have made the country the greatest country in the world, if you think that's a good idea, oh boy. Oh boy. Because when you start dismantling things and not having good ideas behind them, yeah, that's where chaos comes in. And that is what is coming with the Republican Party. Because make no mistake about this, the Republican Party hasn't come with any ideas. It's not like they have a new health care. They're saying they're going to get rid of Obamacare. With what? What are you going to replace it with? What are you going to do? They don't know. So here Donald Trump's going to start charging tariffs, he said. On who? And how much is it going to cost the average American? How much are products now going to cost compared to what they did? All of these are questions that have to be answered. And like I said, I'm pulling up a chair. I got a front row seat. I want you guys to join me because every single day I will be standing here making a new show on the Dray Way, going over everything we just heard and seen in the White House. And I can promise you this, based on the prior 4 years, the next 4 years of a Trump presidency is going to be, if nothing more, extremely entertaining. And I want to make sure you join me because there's no more elections. The election is over. Now let's talk about a Trump presidency and what that means. And you're going to do it right here on the Dray Way. Thanks for joining me on the Dray Way. I appreciate you being here. Remember, the Dray Way every day right here. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again soon. Don't forget, a new show tomorrow.